Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today we are in the Empire of Sin. We're about to start a brand new playthrough after patch 1.04. So I believe just a minute ago I released a video for my Nuzlocke challenge number 2, and I decided to start on that very playthrough using that exact set of rules. So let's jump into it. I also promised a viewer that I would use this boss on my very next, playthrough that I've done. So here we go. I think maybe I'm handicapping myself even more, because if I was to pick the boss, I think with this, with these set of rules, maybe this wouldn't be the one I picked. But basically the way I am doing it is when it is probably, affordable to hire a couple of gangsters and run them for a little minute. Rule number 1 is that you have to put away your boss. Now, the reason you have to put away the boss is because, well, quite frankly, they are extremely overpowered, especially late game. They get, a lot of health. They do have some really good abilities as well. So they're just too overpowered. We don't really need them. So whenever it is, you're able to actually get away with doing it, you need to put away your boss, assign him behind the desk, and of course, you'll get a little bit, of extra bonuses for doing so anyway. After that, you are walking around with, quite possibly a glass cannon gangster. Oh, that kind of sucks, right? Rule number 2 is going to be only using melee weapons. Now, that's going to be difficult. I think that definitely is gonna make the game just that much harder, but it's something that I think is definitely possible. I just done a playthrough very recently where I would just used pistols and melee, so it was no primary weapons. So this time it's just melee only. Obviously I need to get a melee weapon, and then rule number 3 is going to be no pausing. No pause in the game at all to kind of like, get to grips with your surroundings or anything like that. So no pausing as well. No safe house rushing is another rule. And also, lastly, probably the hardest rule out of them all, no healing when in combat. So right now, for instance, if I was to get into a fight right now, and I get injured, let's say I even had a med, I wouldn't be able to use it until I actually won the fight. Now, I'm also not going to be using any explosives or anything like that. I also think that maybe they're a little bit overpowered as well. Even though they don't actually rank up, you don't get traits on them, I'm not going to be using them in this game. So there's, pretty much no ranged weapons at all, which is going to be interesting to see just how this playthrough kind of plans out, because I've nerfed myself a huge amount, and this is after a patch has come in that has made the game harder. There's no doubt about that. The game is harder than it was. The gangsters themselves are tougher. So it's going to be interesting to see just how hard this playthrough is actually going to be. But hopefully we can have a decent playthrough. Hopefully I can actually hit a shot, because that's something that apparently my character does not want to do. I understand that it's a 50-50 shot, but I do think that maybe I should have hit him by now. So let's have a little look-see. Yeah, so the last Nuzlocke rules and playthrough, they've done really, really well. But when I do create them, I do like to kind of show you that it is indeed possible, to do it. And as you can see, look at that, guys. We just got ourselves a melee weapon. So there we go. No more pistol. Even though I don't technically have to start right now, because I haven't got rid of my boss. But you might as well, especially if the game hands you a gift like that. So they've also brought in auto resolve, which is kind of the big thing with this patch. They did bring in 4 exploit nerfs, so you can no longer make whiskey by disguising it as swill. They've taken it out. They have fixed that, which I think is a good thing. It was very overpowered. It was, you know, it was an exploit. It wasn't working as intended. So I'm really glad that that's now gone and taken out. As you can see, the auto resolve is in. What else have they done? They have taken out the ability to trade for unique weapons. That's also no longer in the game. Again, I think that's really good. I think it's always been a bit too much of an exploit that you were able to do this. And I'm really glad that they've taken it out, because it does mean that those unique weapons, if you want them, you're going to have to go and actually, you know, kill the boss to get them. And I think that's a good thing. The other exploit, which I didn't actually consider was an exploit, they've taken out the ability on pistols to shoot one target, then shoot the other target, or shoot one target, switch to a primary weapon, and then use that. They've taken that out. That's no longer in the game. I didn't realize it was an exploit. But what that does mean is they've introduced a new mechanic called double tap. So that's now in the game instead of being able to do that. It's an interesting one. I didn't realize it wasn't working as intended, like I already said, but it's something that's going to be interesting to see just how well it works with the new mechanics that they brought in. If people are still going to use pistols, or I mean, maybe no one's going to use pistols again because of the way, you know, the way they've done it. Although from what I've seen, you do actually get a really good damage output from the double tap.
Stupid jackasses.
Oh, you know, if that thug had targeted my boss, there's a very good chance that he could have actually taken me out and ended my turn. So we have got... I don't want to give her the kill, only because my boss has got 3 melee kills right now. So if I can get him a third, that will be great. I believe it's 10 kills for the first trait in the game. Obviously, I'm not going to be sticking with him, but for right now, I've got him. So do I want to take over? I do not want to take over, but I will ransack it. Oh, I got some good stuff from that, man. That's not bad. Not bad. So I don't normally do the missions, mainly because ordinarily they are quite severely bugged. At the moment, things seem to be going pretty well, the mission. So I figured, you know, this would be a good opportunity to dive into a mission. Yeah, I just figured it'd be a good opportunity to dive into the mission as they're finally, you know, all cushy working as intended. I'm using a character that I've personally never used before and someone else wanted to see as well. So I figured maybe it'd be a good idea to show a mission or two as well. And that's not something I normally do in my playthroughs. Now, as you see, I am now out of combat. Therefore, I can use a med. They also took out the exploit, I completely forgot to mention it earlier, where you used to be able to jump back to your safe house, and of course that would heal you, fully heal you as well. They've taken that out of the game now. That's something that you can't do. So I'm glad to see that that's also been fixed. It's not an exploit that I actually personally used, but it was one that was in the game. What should we do? I guess we should explore our city. Obviously, I didn't want to do a huge playthrough, which is why I have only gone with the 6 other bosses. But we have gone on to 3 little neighborhoods. So hopefully, what I'm doing now is looking around for some crates. Now, we're still very early game and thugs are guarding crates. Crates are nowhere near as powered as they used to be. But if you don't get them quick, the crates are going to be taken by the AI at the moment. The problem is the AI don't actually clear out the thugs. So as you can see, there's thugs here, but it doesn't mean that the crate is still there. So we have to go and waste a little time and have a little look to see if that is actually the case or not. There is a crate. Now what I'd quite like to do is find some minor league faction to take out first. I think that that's always a good call. That way you're not starting a big war straight away, and you can kind of get a foot in the door, so to speak, you know, and get your money up a little tiny bit as well. I do like how these thugs, you know, they all look slightly unique now. I think they brought in quite a few different looks for them. I think it's all better than beforehand when they all kind of look the same. Well, they all look the same. Let's go over here. Have we got any miners over here? I don't think so. I think we explored almost the entire city. We're going to have to jump to a different city, I think.
I'll do it.
Let's have a look here.
Let's go.
I don't know if healing would actually start that fight or not.
I'm on it.
It shouldn't, because I'm not actually doing anything against them. There we go. I would like to do the game without any heals at all. As you can see, if we look around real quick, there's no box here. So even though the thugs are still here, the box itself has already been claimed.
Need something?
Which sucks, because we really don't get that much time to kind of look around before they're all kind of gone in the game. So you do waste a lot of time looking. I'm quite vocal about this. I do complain about this kind of mechanic in the game at the moment. But I do think that everyone should play on the same, you know, by the same rules. So if we have to fight for the crate, I think the AI should have to fight for the crate too. However, I do say play by the same rules, but I do also think that the AI safe house should be security on that should be maxed from the beginning of the game, because it just means that way we can't rush the game, which, you know, it's quite often a shame when you're able to rush the game. It's just like, well, why should I not? You know, give me a reason to keep playing, type of thing. Oh, that was a blinding crate to get. Look at that. So we've got a melee weapon and, ooh, a friend in need. Let's do this. I was waiting for this to be fair. She is over here. We've just cleared this city as well. I don't think there's anything else in this city for us to find. There's definitely no minor league faction. I do quite like the miners. Some easy kills.
I'll do it. I'm on it.
Let's have a look in here. You should get a good chunk of money as well for doing these missions. These missions, they do try and give you, you know, an incentive to actually do them.
I'm on it.
Hi.
Who else would I be? Okay, so what are the rumors? What have that got to do with me? Okie dokie. The Logic Killers, and they are lunatics. And she will give me $10,000, but I need more. Okay, perfect. I think you actually get an extra kind of bonus if you say no. 10's fine as well. Let me know if you've done this playthrough and you know that to be true or not. But that's just what I've heard. So now we have to go to a different city, and of course to do that we need to click on the taxi that we actually want to use. Do you know how long it took me to figure that out? It was kind of ridiculous. I believe I played as Frank Reagan, and I pretty much just stayed in my own city because I honestly could not do it.
Fine.
There's some more thugs back here. Let's have a real quick look to see if they've got any. Need more customers. Yeah, I just want to see if they've got a crate up here. Looks like we've just met a minor league faction, which is great. And there is a crate. Okie dokie. I'm going to have a pop that. We've been quite lucky actually in this playthrough. We are on boss difficulty. Normally, all you get from crates, especially at the moment, is Neds. Smelling salts, you know? I mean, it's kind of crazy. But, you know, I've got a nice blue police bat, and I've also got some blue armor too. Oh my god, it's got a purple armor? So I've got a blue and a purple armor off that. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so as you can see, my loot crates have been absolutely blinding and game-changing, really. Very, very lucky. Very lucky.
Fine.
Good way to start the playthrough off, though. But if you do want a purple armor, those crates are probably your best chance to actually get them. So do try and sort them out. It can be real difficult. You know, the other factions, they do try and get in very sharpish. So you kind of have to be shrewd. Pick your crates wisely. Obviously, the more guards around a crate, generally the better the item that's going to be inside as well. It's something to think about, you know, when you're looking at who to go for first.
Vamos. Let's go.
Hi, now.
There we go, a bit of a fight. Definitely don't auto-resolve when it comes to your boss, and definitely don't auto-resolve when it comes to playing by my rules, because you're going to find yourself in a lot of damage for, you know, it's not going to be fun. Personally, I would use auto-resolve for defending, not for attacking. I'm not saying, you know, not to do it for attacking, but it does seem at the moment that if you do auto-resolve, your boss will take a considerable amount of damage that maybe they wouldn't have if you just fought the fight. So just keep that in mind with the auto-resolve. I'm absolutely ecstatic that we do finally have auto-resolve in the game. I think it's brilliant, honestly. But I would only use it for defending, not attacking.
Moving.
If we didn't have that body armor, I think we'd probably be dead.
I'm on it.
Down to 40 points. Can we actually even finish this fight? It's going to be interesting, you know. We may not be able to finish this fight. If he gets lucky, we may be all done.
Fine.
See, I still need, what, 2 more? I believe I need 2 more hits to take him out.
Chill.
Yep, so I need at least 1 more hit. He can do me now.
I'll do it.
Oh, that was close. I was down to 19 health, guys. That was real close. There we go. Right, I am now out of combat. Therefore, I can heal. Like I said, can't heal in combat. And if my boss dies, then, well, that's the end of the game. You know, that's the end of the playthrough. That's why it's a challenge. Can you complete the game on these rules? Obviously, this isn't normally how I'd play. I'd probably already have a guy with me. We'd all be kitted out. I wouldn't be using a police truncheon for a start. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do expect a lot of deaths. Obviously, right now, I probably couldn't afford to run a gangster. So, you know, right now I'm still playing with my boss. But pretty soon, it's going to be different.
I'm on it.
I do expect a lot of deaths. Okay, so we did get the 12 grand. Like I said, I believe if you don't do that and go the other way around, you actually get a weapon of some kind. Obviously, we didn't get that. We did just get the 12,000. So I'd like to complete this mission storyline. So I'm going to stay being my boss right now, even though I can afford to grab myself a gangster. She wants to learn a trait. Can opener. This is the first time I've actually seen can opener. Take a shot at a target. If it hits, you get to strip some armor. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's useless for my playthrough, but I think that's pretty good. And I also want a doctor. Now, you see, I actually love Clyde. I think he's brilliant. But a huge benefit from having... Yeah, a huge benefit from having Maria at the beginning of the game is you get a chance to actually get Bruno. Some people may notice that we have Frank already unlocked. The reason we do that is because within this new game, or this new update 1.04, every now and again, you get 2 random gangsters unlock. It's kind of trying to encourage you to play with different gangsters. That's also why we have Jack on luck already, and of course we got a couple others as well. So let's wait for my new gangsters to get here. Lovely jubbly. Don't have any more melee weapons just yet. Let's see if we've got any melee weapons. No melee weapons. So, what to do? I think we have to wait now for the next call. It will pop up, so you kind of just play your game now. So let's explore the rest of this little city. See if there's any more thugs to to attack. I think that's a good idea. These guys are going to be a good first target, though. Start a war with, you know.
I'll do it.
Oh, we just found the Reagans. Oh, okay. This city is a little bit busier than it first looked like. Now, I think whether the crate's there or not, I'm going to fight this fight. Obviously, we've got 2 gangsters now. I do need to start leveling them up.
Who's this? Fine.
In fact... Where...
Fine.
give her the melee weapon off the bat, you know what I mean? Obviously my boss is going to be going behind the desk shortly anyway.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Make sure we're on the old melee.
Let's do this.
And we swing and miss.
Understood.
9 damage.
Need a better position. Uh-huh.
Right away.
To be fair, one more thing I should also do, there we go, is go to Maria and give her the armor. I actually forgot I even had the purple armor. There we go. It's just that she's such a glass cannon. She's so easy to, you know, get killed. And obviously I'm trying to get on her good side. If I get on her good side, I then get another mission. I don't think I need to be my boss in order to get that mission though. Or get to that mission.
Let's go.
Another crate. We're getting a bit lucky with the old crates.
Okay. Do it.
Oh, I forgot to unequip her weapons. She's got the old hair trigger. No, like kind of an Overwatch. So whenever they go, you know, a battle starts, you go into an Overwatch. So let's quickly unequip the weapons. Don't need them. Don't intend on using them. There we go. That's better. Maybe we should just attack these guys now. You want a non-aggression pack? That works out well for us. Probably a bit too late to start looking for the old crates. As you saw, we actually got some smelling salts in that last one. That's kind of what you can expect from most of the crates, however. I've been getting very lucky in this playthrough. You don't normally get the quality of gear that kind of I've just got. So let's start. Where are they? Oh, there's 2. Which ones are these? They are the Sin Soldiers. Okie dokie. These ones. So we're going to declare war against them.
I'll do it.
Got a problem. Take him down.
Now again, I'm not going to auto-resolve. I just honestly think it's too much of a gamble. You do take unnecessary damage. Obviously, with the way things are for us anyway, you know, we're going to take some damage.
Vamos.
But auto-resolve's just very little point.
Entendido. I'm on it.
Okay, Dr. Quinn, you missed, love.
Let's go.
Everyone just crowded round him, just beating him up, bless.
Vale.
It's a shame.
I'm on it.
We actually got a hit. Well done. Well, I wouldn't give her some knuckle dusters right now.
Vamos.
Even the hammer. I'd even take the hammer.
Of course.
At this point, anything
away.
is better than nothing.
I'll do it.
We go, another one done. We actually got the first for violence on him already. Let's have a quick look, actually. I can't remember if any of these starting gangsters actually start with a melee weapon. I don't think they do.
Hello. All right. How are you?
Especially not the early ones.
Привет.
I didn't realize we unlocked Boris. Quite like Boris.
Evening.
How you doing?
How are you?
She had a
What are we
grenade.
doing?
It's
How
not
you
a bad weapon to start off with.
Right.
Let's have a little look-see.
Ça va?
Good to meet you.
I don't think any of the starting gangsters actually start off with a melee weapon. That's interesting. So I think just about every other slot gets filled
Nice to meet you.
by someone eventually.
Lovely weather. Huh?
But these guys, yeah, look at this. We're on almost the top tier now. Not a single melee weapon. Well, that's surprising, actually.
How you doing?
Hey.
That is surprising.
Hi.
Alright, lads.
Okay.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Ah, just real quick. This gun is so overpowered. So overpowered.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, come va? Hello,
Yeah, look at that. Not a single
Nice to meet you.
character starts off with with a melee. That's weird. I think maybe the enforcers, they kind of feel like a natural melee choice for me. But yeah, not a single enforcer starts off with a melee weapon. That's weird. That is a little weird. Yeah, let's have biscuits.
Be glad to.
So hopefully we get this this mission pop up soon, because obviously we are getting enough to kind of. I don't need my boss anymore, especially with, you know, we're running with 4 now, so I definitely don't need my boss anymore. However, like I said, I've started this little mission, so I kind of want to finish it. I'm not going to do too much until obviously the mission pops up, but hopefully the mission does pop up.
Taking out the trash. Okay, I'm going.
Let's go.
Also, the good thing about having your boss behind a desk is if you do mess up in a battle, you know, that's not the end of your game. You don't have to reload. You can just buy yourself some more gangsters and move on. I quite like that. Plus, you don't actually see any other gangs running about. You know, with you don't see any more bosses running about either. So, you know, that's interesting. I think we're going to act as a bullet shield if we all group together.
Yep.
Well done on the bullet shield.
I'll do it.
Understood.
Oh, nice hit. She actually got that one.
Of course.
Okay, biscuits.
Yep.
Oh, it's biscuits is gone. Just like that. There we go. I hide biscuits and he is dead. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Fine.
Gotcha.
Ugh, that's the problem with the doctor. She's a panicker. That's annoying. I didn't realize she'd panic.
I'm on it.
Oh, she's gone crazy. I think maybe she just healed me and ended her turn. She went trigger happy, and in going trigger happy instead of attacking, she done that instead. Oh, she's gone. She's like, bye. I ain't staying around here. That's quite funny. Oh, I am surprised that Biscuits died, honestly. Biscuits, he's not... I don't think his health was that bad. Oh, she's back alive again?
I'm on it.
Okay. She couldn't get to the exit in time for the panic. Well, that works.
I'm on it.
I'll do it.
Let's do this.
Now, after we secure this racket, it should actually trigger the next part of the mission to kind of pop up. So far, the playthrough with the challenge, it's definitely been harder than I thought. It's going to be interesting to see if I can, I can actually do it. There we go. We're getting up in notoriety now, which is, not a good thing. Not a bad thing. And we do definitely need Maria to actually stay alive. There we go.
I'll do it.
Yes? Yes, love?
And we can use her last one as well.
Right away.
Like I said, hopefully that mission will pop up soon. If it doesn't, I guess we'll just go for the next Sin Soldiers, which is going to be... They've got... Oh, they're a completely different outfit. Okay. So they've got 2 more places to take over. So that's going to be my next one, I think. We may need to regroup, however.
Right away.
Yes. I'll do it.
There we go. I accidentally ungrouped them, so they're all kind of like doing craziness. But yeah, guys, well, thank you for joining me on the first episode. Hopefully you found it, slightly entertaining at least.
Oh, good.
I'm going to be continuing this playthrough and kind of trying to see if I can complete the game with the challenges that I've set down after 1.04. And hopefully we have a lot of fun. As you can see in the very first episode, guys, very first episode, we managed to hire 3 gangsters. Out of the 3 that we hired, on his very first job, Old Biscuits, he croaks it. So like I said, is there enough gangsters in this game for me to get through it? I don't know. I do expect a lot of deaths. It's going to be interesting. I've never had a character die on the very first episode. So like I said, it is going to be an interesting one. But thank you for joining me, guys. I've been the Monk. We've been the Critically Clueless. If you've liked this video, please, think about hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel as well if you haven't already. But I will catch you really soon in the next episode. I'll see you later.